Our next guest is an Emmy Award-winning stand-up comedian and an actress you know from the TV series Hannibal and films such as Ocean's 13 and Victoria and Abdul. Her new movie, 6 Minutes to Midnight, comes to theaters in demand on March 26th. Let's take a look.
So what brings you here, Mr. Miller? What sort of Englishman would accept a post teaching Herr Hitler's League of German Girls?
Mein Vater ist Deutsch.
I do not like surprises. I will place you on a trial period.
Please welcome back to the show, Eddie Izzard. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a very long time since you've been here, 7 years, I believe. And I'm so happy to have you back.
I wanted to stay away for 7 years as absence makes the heart go fonder, something like that. Yeah, but it seemed like yesterday. Didn't we have a chat at Saturday Night Live? Didn't we talk together?
We have, yes, absolutely.
One of the times I turned up there, but I've been watching your closer look. I get it because I don't know if it comes. Oh, your show totally comes over here to Britain because sometimes it's come over. But I've been watching it for ages, and then he said, "Hey, come and do that." I think great, excellent, fun to talk to you.
It's even nicer when people who watch the show agree to come on because most of our guests aren't aware of what we're doing here.
No, I see you go in and you're fighting the fight, which is great. Because I've got this hat, which is Make Humanity Great Again. And that's what I do on my marathons with and raise money. I don't know where I got Make Humanity Great Again from. It just came to me one night and and I think there's another slogan like that out there somewhere.
Yes,
but it's
I think you got there first. Now, you mentioned marathons, and this isn't just I ran a marathon, ha, ha, ha. You have just finished, and we've talked about this in the past, you've just finished 32 marathons in 31 days. Which obviously is, you raised 200,000 pounds, which is amazing. But just talk us through how you even go about that.
I've got to say, it's even more. We were at 1/3 we got to 333, and George Clooney was counting it down. Basically, I was doing it on a treadmill, which it's COVID lockdown, so every day I was doing a marathon and doing a stand-up gig at the end, which is kind of crazy. But you're trying to raise money, shooting out the box. I've done a few of these before, but I was talking to people for 6 hours. I mean, you do your show, you talk to people. I was doing 6 hours of this every day, chatting to people and running on a thing, which actually was good for me because it was so mindlessly boring running on a treadmill. So I do this, I raise money, I want to be a member of parliament, but meanwhile, I'm doing my film 6 Minutes to Midnight, in which I do a lot of running. But Make Humanity Great Again is my slogan, and it includes all Americans in it. So people say, that's not good for America. No, Americans are in humanity. Everyone's included, 7.8 billion. And George Clooney was counting down the numbers as we did the last double marathon on the last day. So it was a beautiful thing to do, kind of crazy.
So you did a double marathon on the last day, and I will say, it all sounds impossible, but as you mentioned, it strikes me as so much harder on a treadmill than it would be in the great outdoors.
For the brain, it's just mind-bogglingly. I thought we would talk to 2 or 3 people a day. As soon as I got going on this, I said, just line the people up. I need to talk about anything, cats and dogs and trees and helicopters, to get my mind off this endless pounding and not going anywhere. And so it was good in the end. And when I talked to some wonderful people, and people you're raising the money for, raising for charities all around the world. It was a beautiful thing to do. I'm just kind of bonkers and out there, so I do this stuff.
You shared with us, this was in the Guardian, you really have taken away the marathon bragging rights. Basically, we have a character here saying, will you sponsor me for my marathon? But you only ran the one, and then, damn you, Eddie Izzard, you've spoiled it for everyone. And I think most marathon runners would probably say that you have effectively spoiled it.
I have a little bit, but other people have done it as well. My dad cut that out of the Guardian newspaper in Britain, and he put it next to my bed when I came home to visit him. So that's kind of nice. I thought my dad wasn't really into my career, but he seemed to collect everything from my career. But so marathon running is something I can do. Because if you are a trans person, as you know, you said actress there or whatever, but I'm gender fluid, and this is a male role that I've played. I've been out for 36 years, but people have suddenly sort of noticed it, which is a bit weird. Like, what? You didn't give us any notice. 36 years notice, guys. So everyone, it's great. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be promoted, but I'm pretty fluid. I see it boy mode and girl mode like a superhero thing. That's how I see transgender. And so I can be either one or the other. And this film, 6 Minutes to Midnight, is set in the hometown where my dad grew up and I grew up, and in this girls' school, Judi Dench plays the woman running this girls' school, which is full of the girls from the daughters of the Nazi high command and goddaughters. Himmler's goddaughter was actually at this school in a seaside town in England, learning English, these German girls learning English to hang out with the other right-wing people in the British aristocracy. Edward VIII was very into Hitler, and you'll probably know this kind of history. So I didn't even know this was the truth, but the school badge had a British flag and a Nazi flag on it. And I thought, wow, there's a film in that. So the basis of the story is true. Real girls at this school doing this stuff, and then we've written a thriller on top of it. Judi Dench, myself, and Jim Broadbent.
You also, obviously, you are a very accomplished writer, but you had never written a screenplay before. Did you find it daunting? Did you enjoy that process?
Yeah, you were talking to Amy Poehler. She said, don't do writing, this thing, because you're obviously a wildly experienced writer. But, I come from where you've lived a lot of your life, that shorter sketch thing. I came from sketch. Then I went into stand-up. I had to learn a whole new different thing. I couldn't do stand-up. But I broke into Pinewood Studios when I was 15. And Steven Spielberg, I think, broke into Universal when he was about 17, 18. So I was trying to do the similar thing. He got his career going, bam, and mine took 30, 40 years. The fine wine approach to careers. Because I knew I didn't know how to do story, structure, character. I didn't have the sense of it. So I wrote with two other writers. And this has obviously got a powerful thing because the message was from the 1930s. And then you had this thing, particularly in America, you've got Brexit, you've got Trump, the same kind of thing. You've got the Alternative für Deutschland in Germany again, and Marine Le Pen, all this right-wing thinking around the world, which is like going back to the 1930s, as we are trying to drag the world to the 2030s and say, let's move forward. And some people say, no, let's go back. Let's have another go at the 1930s. How did it turn out last time? And our film has hopefully got a message in there that is, if you do not learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. And now more than ever, it's just resonating around. And our film sits there right on the eve of World War II, these girls that fight for hearts and minds.
Well, congratulations on the film. Congratulations again. 32 marathons, 31 days, a third of £1 million. And it is just a delight to see you as always. Please come back soon.